During my beach combs, I found what I consider lost clam diggers stuff. And as you can tell, all these were lost on the beach. Well, I got an idea of saving them to see if I could rebuild some of them. I went and bought 3 of these, being that that's where they break the most. And that's when I only had 3 of these. And I thought I would just disconnect this, get some hardware like this, you know, unbolt that. I can reuse those, reuse the handle, put them on, voila, exchange this for that. And that's what I believe I'm going to do. Now these 2 that look intact, I've taken down to the beach, and I said, oh, well, they lost them. No. Right here's a crack. And we got a lot of wind today. And right under here is a good crack. And they both breathe. And yeah, definitely need replacing. You can't just glue them, they'll break again. So what I'm gonna do is go through these and separate, so I have just the parts I need, and then I'll do step by step. This one here, you know, I could put another handle on it, get rid of those screws, and maybe get a really long socket extension. I might do that just for this one, just because it's got a cap ready to go. You never know, maybe I'll replace it with just the handle and some bolt holes that I'll pre-do. All right, I'll get back to you, and we'll see how we do this. I'm going to start breaking them apart. I went and grabbed some tools. I don't have the right type of tools. Anyway, this is a wood tool. Yeah, I might use it. Chisel, hammer. I'm going to try and separate the bell. So wish me luck. I'm hoping the glue will pop free if I just put a split here, or a bunch of chips. So worst case scenario, all I do is just get rid of this much more and make it a shorter bell. But that's a tiny looking bell, so I already got it cracked. Let's see what happens here. I don't want to gouge myself either. Yeah, and the pieces, I don't want them all over the yard. Yes, I'm aiming it towards me. All right. There, got it separated. Now I believe I can maybe work the glue off. So far so good. Hey, we got one separated bell, and this of course is garbage. Let's do another. That's screwed on there, that's screwed on there. I've got to go get a screw gun now to separate these. I'll be right back. Save the hardware because that costs money. I'm guessing they put the screws in here because over in the past the screws have somehow backed out, or the glue's broke free enough to where the bell will rip off. The other one's coming off a little easier. The handle broke off. There. That's another good bell. I'm calling the pipes bells. There we go. This one's a nice one. I'll work on this one next. When I was looking at this style, the handles were broke off of this one on this gun, and this handle I found broke off on this gun. They had already tried to repair it with some black PVC glue, I believe, because it had broke. And I don't know if the handle was broke yet, but it was surely cracked because they put these screws in where this had no screws from the factory. Anyway, yeah, I could glue that on. And well, no, that's totally garbage, because this would just break back off unless you knew to pull on that side. Thought I should show you that. Anyway, I've got 3 tubes here. This one, this one, and this one. I'll get them cleaned up and ready for the camera again. I will take the hardware off of these 3 and the handles, because I can reuse the handles for these. So there you go, and I'll get back to you on that. I forgot to show you this one again, how the screws come through. I said maybe I got a long extension socket to reach, get these screws out, you know, do all that. I forgot though, the bell was broken. I don't know, if you shorten it, the clam gun, or these need to be long. And you shorten them anymore, they're at their threshold of not being able to get razor clams. Thought I should let you know that. In case you wish to make some clam guns yourself, I'm going to give you a length of the most, or the biggest one I've seen, which looks like they're calling it a 36-inch. The PVC tube is only 35.5 inches, and the shortest one here with the brake looks like it's going to be 26 3/4 inches. So anywhere between, let's just go 30 inches to 36 inches, and that's long enough to get your clams. You will need two 1.5-inch stainless steel bolts or carriage bolts, but make sure they're 1.5 inches. They'll go through the PVC tube, they'll go right through the cap, and you'll be able to put a washer and a lock washer on. You'll need, not a lock washer, a lock nut. You'll need two, I'm going to put them right here, two stainless steel washers, two bolts or carriage bolts. These are carriage bolts with the square bit on them. And then you'll need two lock nuts, nylon nylon lock nuts. And then you'll need PVC glue. You'll need 3/4 inch PVC pipe, and that for the handle is 11 3/4 to 12 inches long. You could make them a little longer, a little shorter, it doesn't matter. The caps and the pipe are called 4-inch PVC pipes, 4-inch caps. And one thing I noticed on the clam guns also is they ground the outside, and then a couple of them I noticed are ground on the inside. Now I want you to leave a comment. If you grind the inside and you go to put this clam gun into the sand, it will pack more sand inside there because it's condensing it. I do that for my spud guns to shoot potatoes. You're not trying to shoot potatoes, but you're trying to keep good suction. Now on a homemade one, they did the outside, which I thought, you know, but maybe it's supposed to be sanded a little bit on the inside. So I don't know to test that theory, but let's see what this one is. Okay, this one here is ground on the outside, and it's made by razorclams.com. So they grind the outside. I've seen them both ways. Anyway, so 4-inch PVC tube. You'll need your hardware, your tools, and your handle and a cap to make your clam gun. I went ahead and got some more hardware for me because these are too skinny and these are too long. It's not necessary, so I had hardware and pulled them out. So there's all my hardware. The other thing you'll need is, looks like, and I looked at them, 1/2-inch or 3/4 inch screws to go in the sidewalls of the caps, I guess, in case the glue wants to loosen, and these will hold them in. I don't know. One of the first things I want to remember to do when assembling the handles is pre-sand the inner part of the PVC tube or anywhere the glue is going to touch. It's for better bonding. I had to feel which one was not done yet. So take care of that. This was where it touched before. I'm going to go on the opposite side because it's cleaner. This one here, these are stuck in there, so I'm going to keep them. Just a little sand just to help for the bonding. Again, it was stuck here. I'm going to go to the opposite side like so. The bells I'll still have to clean up a little bit, but I'll sand these. So see here, I still got to clean up glue. Trying to line them up to the best I can. All right. I'll put one through for an aligner. There we go. And then if I'm a little off, it's not a big deal. Okay, what do I want to do next? I want to sand the top here where the sanded portion is going to go. So right across here, PVC glue. I'm going to put a good goop of it. Alright. Put it on the handle. And then I'll grab a bolt, put the bolt through. Grab another bolt. Should go right in there. Oh, you know what? I flipped it around. I'll get back to you. I want to make sure the bolts line up. So this one's going down tight. Yeah, it's going in. You know, I don't have an extension for this yet either. I was taking these off with broken caps. So what I'll do is drop some washers in here, a couple of them. Grab the lock nuts. No, I could do it without extensions. I've got a wrench on me. Because wrenches, they wrench things. Yeah. An old commercial, Mr. Nortoner, if any of you ever heard of him. Alright, grabbing a wrench out of pocket. I still got to get it to adjustment. Or at least close enough adjustment. There. And of course it slips off. Wobbly wobbly. Try this again. You don't want to over smash this pipe or you could break it. So I'm assuming I did good that way too. Alright, so the last thing I need to do is drill a hole. I can do that when I hold on to it. I'll find a good thumb hole spot. But before I do that, I'm going to attach it to this, put a screw in, and then I'll get back to that hole, and then I'll do the rest and then have an ending. Hey. Now, because these were used before, these pipes, I want to put a good amount on both, because the prior people that made these, whether these were made at home by somebody or they made them in a shop, probably at home, to sell in bulk, they made those tubes a little thinner. So all I do is just push it on. That went on a little loose, right? This tube might be a little loose. I'll have to put something else here as another sealer. I'll just let that seal, and then I'll go ahead and put more on there, which actually, it slipped on so nice. I'll just give this a try. It's ugly, yes. This glue's old too, so it's good I get it used up. Yeah, I see some that oozed out here too. That's a good thing. Just get a good seal. Worst thing you can do is go clam digging and hear air sucking up into your clam or into your gun from through this handle end cap. So there's that. So I guess the next thing I do is pull out a little tiny drill bit there. I'm gonna aim probably a screw there and a screw right there. as I said, a screw right there. Over here, I'm fiddling. I've got everything here, but I'm fiddling. Oh boy. I'll grab one screw to start here, if I can get it picked up. All right, I guess this keeps the tube on. Now I do the other one from the other side. Now the last thing I gotta do is drill a hole. Someone had that size of a drill hole, so I'm gonna make that size too. I should be pre-drilling these based on, put it right there, based on the PV gun shattering. It is possible like that. I'm pre-drilling with a smaller hole, and then I'll get this one going here as soon as I... Okay, now do it a little bit softer. It will grab and take me. There it goes. Okay, you're wondering about these needing to be sealed. All right, well, I didn't seal around the lock nuts like I should have with the washers either, but there was the black glue that got in there. Anyway, when this is all said and dried, I'll probably put another coat of that black on spots that I can see that are holes, and I might go get some other type of a harder caulking and put around just for a little more strength. But there's one that's in about the right spot. I'm going to do the other two and then I'll finish this video. This time I smothered the glue in there, so when I go to tighten it up, it will squish and stay glued, and the threads are all glued, so it shouldn't leak, at least from there. Well, there's the old pieces. There's the spare parts. I don't know how I got those. Anyway, here's 3 rebuilt clam guns. Hopefully I gave you all the information on the lengths, the sizes of the PVC that I need to get you. The spares in the back there, the 2 white ones, garbage. The one gray one in the middle, I'll keep it and maybe rebuild it. Maybe I'll get some more clam guns that people lost on the beach instead of dumped. And yeah, so there's the video for you. If you like this video, press like. If you want to see more of my types of videos, hit that notification bell, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. I'm asking, please subscribe. It'll go a long ways to help me make more videos. Anyway, my battery died, so I grabbed another one, and here we are. If you guys plan on making these and you think the prices are too expensive, I like to scrounge things. You could go to an old plumbing shop and see if they have any scraps. That's one way of getting them. Maybe some extra ones of these that maybe are old and they would give you or sell you. Anyway, once again, thank you for watching.